A first position in the NBA draft is not something that falls to you from above. If you got there and you were in the sights of the best franchises to be able to join their teams, it is because you have looked for it and you have earned it. Anthony Edwards has what it takes to get there, but not only as a player with impressive numbers, but for his mental preparation. Do you think he will get drafted at number 1? Let us know in the comments below. Well, we'll try to convince you with the truth. Stay until the end of the video and we'll explain to you why we think he will be a future number 1 pick. Although the entire pre-draft process is at a standstill, NCAA players are beginning to officially announce their nominations. Among them is Georgia Bulldogs player Anthony Edwards, one of the favorites to be chosen with the number 1. Who is he? Well, a 6.5 foot tall, 215 pound, and currently a Georgia Bulldogs NCAA player. Anthony Edwards is the ideal size for a combo guard. He has an exceptional physique for his age, being very explosive and with a great wingspan. His throwing mechanics are clean, he is capable of throwing while standing or moving, and in his last high school summer he shot 45% in triples. He has everything needed to be a total scorer, adding to the above a good instinct to attack the pick and roll, and a very good passing ability. In defense, he lacks more intensity than qualities, and it is one of the weaknesses along with his shooting selection at times. Alright, it all seems to be a bit too much at once, but we don't exaggerate it a bit. If you subscribe to our channel right now, we promise to give you an explanation for every bomb we drop. Do it right now on the button below. We're waiting for you. Ready? Alright, let's continue. In his official debut with Georgia, Anthony Edwards started off weakly, but little by little he picked up his pace and finished with 24 points. With the doubts about if this player has a transferable game to the professional level or if his numbers are good, and more now that he could not play again this season, people like him will have their opportunity to fight for a number 1 spot of the draft that is very open and has many candidates, especially considering that his current averages are 19 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game. When he started last season of the NCAA First Division, he had up to 148 games on the same day of his start. And with this tournament also began the college adventure of some of the candidates to be the first choice of the next draft. They were the cases of Cole Anthony, Isaiah Stewart, or James Wiseman. But today we are interested in talking about Anthony Edwards, who is, for some specialized pages, the favorite to pick number 1. He's come from dominating high school and hopes to continue to do so with the University of Georgia. His biggest challenge this year will be to maintain and even strengthen the opinion of those who think he is the best project of this litter. Despite being slightly smaller than most players at his position, Edwards has superstar potential. In fact, he measures exactly the same as a legend like Dwayne Wade, and a leading NBA figure like Donovan Mitchell. And, like them, he makes up for the lack of inches with enormous athletic ability. At 18, his body is ready to make the jump to the best league in the world. In terms of his game, he is strong, fast, and has a wingspan of 206 centimeters, which is very unusual for an outdoor player. He also knows how to make the most of his physical strength. He uses his body very well to create advantages in attack and to stop opponents in defense. And the best thing for him is that, at his young age, he still has room for improvement in this respect. In offense, the Bulldog player is a born scorer. That's the main facet that can make him very special. He is very competitive and therefore aggressive. Therefore, he resorts to penetration with some regularity. Thanks to his physique, he is comfortable finishing with contact and takes advantage of weaker exteriors. His first step is very fast, which allows him to overflow his defenders without too many problems. In addition, he is skilled enough to score baskets with both hands. In counterattacks, he is lethal, and he is able to get to the opponent's hoop very quickly. As for his shot, he can score from almost any side of the court. He has proven to be able to convert shots from NBA range and needs very little space to get up. Despite not being a great playmaker, Anthony Edwards has left details in this aspect that indicate that it can be in the future. He reads the game well and, unlike some players his age, he has no trouble letting go of the ball. He uses his great athletic ability to attract defenders on penetrations and then pass the ball to freed up shooters. He also makes good decisions when he receives a 2-on-1. He keeps his head up and avoids losing the rebound right away. He also handles the ball well. He is able to create advantages with both hands. As for his defensive play, throughout his years competing in high school, his physique has been instrumental in his dominance of defense. Although he lacks development on a tactical level, he slows down attackers thanks to his speed, strength, and vertical jump. Vertical jump thanks to which he can become a great plugger and rebounder for his height. He is also very self-confident and competitive. And as if that were not enough, age plays in his favor. He is one of the youngest prospects in the next draft. He will be selected when he is only 18 years old and will make his debut in the NBA at 19. Are you wondering where he could improve? Anthony Edwards is, by and large, a good shooter. However, that is something quite common among players his age. Despite shooting at good percentages from long distances with a high volume of shots, he is not at all reliable from the free throw line. He tends to miss a lot from the line, with a slightly over 50% success rate. His mechanics are good, and we already know that he has plenty of aim, so those bad percentages could be due to a lack of concentration or simply a distrust that even some professionals tend to suffer. As we have already said, this young shooting guard is not yet a great playmaker. He has a lot to improve in that sense if he wants to be a successful playmaker in the current NBA. Although he reads opposing defenders really well, he sometimes makes rash decisions. This leads to losses that are mostly avoidable. He will also need to learn to move better without a ball in his hands. He is often very inactive and has not shown that he can create advantages for himself and his teammates from off-ball play. The medium distance shot is, statistically speaking, the least efficient of all the shots that could be taken. Despite this, it is sometimes necessary to resort to them. However, Anthony Edwards does so very little. He mostly relies on long-distance shots or penetrations into the kitchen. In the second case, you can find more comfortable shots if you stand 3 or 4 meters from the rim or make a shot by elevation, because sometimes the vicinity of the basket is too crowded. This is something that a player of his characteristics should not do, as he could make better use of his athletic abilities. But Anthony Edwards' true potential is another. He may be one of the safe bets for the next draft. It seems difficult that, considering his physical and technical talent, he won't end up becoming a great player. In addition, his ceiling may also be one of the highest of the 2020 litter. If he has a good season with the University of Georgia and doesn't have any serious setbacks like an injury, he will be a top 5 choice at least. And who knows, he could be the first choice. He's certainly one of the favorites for it. Regardless of where he comes out and what his fate is, he has everything to succeed in the best league in the world. Anthony Edwards may need some work, but he has the potential to be even greater than Zion Williamson. In the next draft, there will be names like LaMelo Ball, Obi Toppin, James Wiseman, and Killian Hayes. But outside of those guys, the rest of these names are international projects or college stars that will need time to develop. The class doesn't look that strong this year. Before his time in Georgia, Edwards was a 5-star from Holy Spirit Prep in Atlanta, Georgia, and was the best player in the country with offers from schools like Kentucky, Kansas, Michigan State, and UNC, the usual haul for any top recruit in the country. However, he was convinced to stay home and have his one-on-one season in Georgia, and today he appears in most mock recruiting exercises as the best option. It's just that Edwards is a smaller, more athletic version of Zion Williamson, and believe me, if he keeps getting better, his ceiling is as high as Williamson's, if not higher. He also has the strength and aggression to intimidate the smaller guards. He's like Williamson in that he knows how to aggressively attack the edge, he's great at making contact, and he knows how to throw it when he gets the chance. He's also a fantastic slasher who doesn't use this gift enough yet. He's fantastic when he scores from off the court. He could easily average 20 points per game just by cutting to the basket, but since he's the main scoring option of the team, it's usually not an option for him. Edwards is a legitimate talent who can comfortably score more than 25 points per game in the right system. His IQ and offensive skills need some adjustment here and there, but he has all the physical and mental tools to be a superstar. In a class of recruiting that seems uninspiring, this is definitely the guy you want to pay attention to. And if you paid attention to everything we've told you in this video, just say so in the comments. We're interested in your opinion. We hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave us a like down below and smash the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Also, check out the videos that appear on your screen now.